Kids and cadets, welcome back to Tommy Time. Happy Sunday, happy fun day. Took the day off yesterday. I didn't want to have you guys upset with me with the poor microphone quality. So I knew I had some new microphones coming in. I decided to hold off. So I ordered three different companies. It looks like they're all the same thing. So I'm using this one right now. These two are from the same factory with different part numbers. This is from some other place in China. I have been using the similar one to these wireless deals. So, and I've been trying to charge them, so maybe they'll go bad after a while. But they give you the little antenna to go on the iPad or iPhone, and then they give you the clip, the spongy thing to go on your shirt. They also give you a couple of puff balls. If you don't want the foam thingy, you get this big puff ball. Looks like a Queen's Guard hat. Former co-worker was a Queen's Guard in London. He showed me a picture of his big hat. He must have been good if he got that duty. They don't like ruffians guarding the Queen. So anyway, here we are. Yesterday, my son Greg helped me drag out a couple of mowers. We'll discuss those. So he was here helping me. My brother Andy showed up. We went to South Philly Cheesesteak on State Road 70 in Bradenton for some cheesesteaks. So took a lunch break and then did some more work. Friday, scrapper that delivers came out in the middle of a thunderstorm after dark. So I helped him unload these two fine beauties, and that's what we're going to look at today. So hopefully my microphone quality is up to snuff. I don't want you guys getting upset with me. You can't hear me. So I hope that's working out. So the deal with this thing is I messed with it a little bit yesterday and today. So this thing came in handle folded down. As you can see, it's a Murray 22-inch 4.5. So I looked in the tank, I saw some water droplets, so I took the tank off and rebuilt the tank. I'll give you the engine model number right now. 10 Hilo 902 0216 Echo 1 0409 2151, excuse me. So 9th month, 21st day of 04, 2004. The model number back here on the Murray Select is 224110 X-ray 8 Delta. And this is showing a build date of 9/22 of 04. So they made the engine a day before they installed it on the body, a day apart. So it needed a diaphragm. You can see how brittle this thing is. It was full of sand on one side, so I did a diaphragm sandwich. Put it on, I had nothing. Wouldn't start, was spraying carb clean in it, prime, and nothing. Checked the plug, took the plug off, grounded it out, and I had spark. took off the cup here to see if I had a keyway issue, and there was nothing out of place here. So then I went back to spark. I changed out the coil and it started. When it did start, the belt was vibrating, and I can see they had hit something. It was on upside down. It was hitting this side. I tried sharpening it and put it back on, and then realized there was a bend here in the blade. Somebody hit something. So in the meantime, I did some paint work. I washed this thing down, painted up the recoil. So this is all going to go back together. So this can go out on the front line maybe later today or tomorrow. We'll talk about sales in a minute. Let's kick over to this crafty silver deck. So I'll probably do on the 2-in-1 combo here 120 bucks. I'm halfway past my midpoint for mower sales, so I'll blow it out at 120. I'll still keep the prices up on self-propelled. So the deal with this thing is cable's bent here on the safety brake cable. As you can see, the handle's down. I don't have the bars missing, and the wing nut for this side is gone. Haven't even looked at this thing. No gas in it. The only thing I noticed is the recoil rope is gone. Greg degreased this one for me. It was full of snot, and the oil looks fairly good, and it's at the right position. Looks like some bubbly rust, but overall it's in pretty good condition. No rust through on the deck. Some surface rust. Stickers are still there. This plastic thing usually gets tossed to keep your hands away from the muffler. Nice looking sticker here. Some rust, it looks like, on the air filter. I think that might be clogged up. Yeah, it doesn't look too shifty right there. The paper cleats are deteriorated. I've got a couple of these in stock. This will need a new filter. So I don't know what the deal with this thing is. I'd have to add gas and try to look it over. Let's try to look at the ID. Figure out what year it is. Really nice looking machine. I'm hoping all it is the rope. I actually got the rope for it. It came in with it sitting on the deck, and my son probably took it off and set it somewhere when he washed the deck. So it was the whole full length of the rope, and it had the handle with it. So pretty long here. Maybe if it was right up at the spring, I could chop this off, burn the end, and use the rest of this. These Tecumseh powered engines are becoming harder and harder to run across. Far and few between. Okay, what do we got? We have the engine model 143 period 054500. Data manufacturer. It looks like a 2004 as well. Yeah, 04. 30 weight oil, 148 cc. Corresponds with the 4.5 horsepower. Engine family 5 Tango Papa X-Ray Sierra period 148 1 Bravo Alpha. Let me give you the crafting number in case you got to order any deck parts from Craftsman. So they're calling this the 917 period 387660. They have on the serial numbers also the date code March 3rd of 2005. 05 for the deck, 04 for the engine. So a year separated. But yeah, I'm kind of impressed with this thing, how nice it looks, minus the bubbly paint here in the front. It's too bad they couldn't have rewound the recoil. They could have kept plowing with this thing. Let's see what the underside looks like. We'll move Ducky and the rope off to the side. Okay, not bad. Somebody's grilling steaks. I'm envious. So, a little bit of wear, nick there. Everything looks normal, no big scaly rust, surface rust. Let me pick a mark on the side wall here. Okay, I did. Okay. Looks pretty straight. Little nick there. So I think there's enough meat here to sharpen this thing up. So yeah, in press, they must have stored this inside a garage or a shed. They need a new bowl gasket. So I'll plow ahead with this. I have the Tecumseh gaskets in stock. So sales have been slower than what they had been a month ago, of course. We're past mid-season, like I said, but that's fine. Some days I'd sell 7, next day 3. Now it's like 1 every 2 days, which is fine because I'm nearly out. I think I got 3 or 4 pushers, and thankfully with Greg's help we dragged a couple of Turos out of my stash, and I looked them over and I says, I think these have already been gone through. So we added fuel to them. They started them. He started them up and we pushed them to the front row. So that was a good find. I didn't have to do anything to them. I fixed a power smart, self-propelled recently. A lady came out and said she's coming back for that. She was using a corded electric mower and it wasn't doing the job. So she wants gas. So she's coming back out. Guy came out yesterday, bought one of those 2-cycle blowers. I had bought a group of 10. So I've been selling those here and there. I think I've sold maybe 4 or 5 this season. So that's good, getting rid of those. Greg grabbed this Troy built Quantum out of my to-do pile. It was covered in leaves. He cleaned it all up. Tank's empty. And I'm sure I didn't do anything with this because the safety brake cable's broken. So this will be my next deal. I'll go through this one, add it to the pusher section. What else? What else can I show you? I had done a rectification on a Cub Cadet commercial with a Kohler engine. So I'm doing some touch-up work on that. I'm going to advertise. So it's one of these front-wheel drive deals. The deck is the same as all the others. The 6 bolts back here. They're just calling it a Kohler Command Pro. It says commercial somewhere. There's another piece that goes on here. So what I've been doing is touching up the nick marks. There was a couple of nick marks here showing rust, so I just took some black gloss and covered those up. So I'll advertise this. I had gone through the carb on this in the spring. It's got a oil filter. So I'll ask, I think, $300 for this. I got the bag, but no side chute. So it's got the choke control up here on the handle. You control open or closed on the choke. And I got the bag signature cut series. So I think it'll be a good deal for somebody for $300. So that's going to be advertised. And what else? Oh, okay, I'll show you this. So since it's been slow and I'm kind of getting caught up, I've been doing repairs. Guy bought a mower from me a while back. Worked for the county. He came back out and brought me his neighbor's mower. It was a self-propelled. So that mower was overfilled with oil. He says, oh, it's pouring out of the carb. So he bought a reed valve from Briggs and Stratton, original part, and it'd be up here on top. And he says, oh, I went to Google. It says if it's leaking oil, it's this little breather reed valve. And I says, no, no, no. I showed him the dipstick. I looked at the dipstick. I says, here's your high mark. I says, she's got it way up here. There's nowhere for that oil to go. It's going to pour out of the air filter. It's not the breather reed valve on top. I said, send that back to Amazon and get your money back. So I drained off the proper amount of oil, sharpened the blade. So the story on that is, he says, since you sold me the other mower I had been using, this Ryobi. What I'll do is give you this with the charger and the battery if you can fix my neighbor's machine. I says, that's not necessary. He says, take the Ryobi. So I took it, even though I don't mess with battery crap. So he's got a charger. He's got this 4 amp hour battery. So I charged it up, and I mean, it's okay. It's not a gas machine. I sharpened the blade. Blade was duller than a runny snot. So I kind of tested it out. It ain't bad. It's only a 16-inch. It would never handle 22 inches of blade length. So if you've got a small yard, I think this would be okay. And if you had a couple of batteries, probably a big yard with one battery ain't gonna do it. So I gotta pawn this off on somebody. I don't know who. Maybe if somebody shows up and said, hey, I got a small yard, I'll try to pawn this off for 50 bucks. I saw one selling locally for 40 with no bag and no charger, I think was the deal. Anywho, that's all I can update you with. I hope you're having a good Sunday, or will have a good Sunday. The lady that showed up with the corded machine, she wanted me to take it or trade, and I says, no, I don't want a corded machine. She's coming back for this. I told her 150. I said, it's the cheapest self-propelled that's on the market. I'll just let you have this for 150 because I've got two pushers here in the front, 140, 150. This is self-propelled. I said it's lightweight. So she's going to come back. I said, when you come back, you can try it, see if you can start it, and I'll let you test it out on some grass. She was in a minivan and she had some junk in the back. She says, I can't take it right now, but I'm interested. So this is going out the door. This was a carb clean on this. 10% ethanol fuel. It left a big varnishy mess in the bowl. It took me quite a while to clean up all the varnish and get the jet cleaned out, etc., etc. But it fired up, no issues. So there, I'm done. Let me know how the new microphone worked out. I didn't bust open the other two packages. If this one's a dud, I'll move on to something else. And I actually found a different type of wireless mic that's coming in a few days. It's got a bigger receiver type thing here to go on your shirt with volume control. So let me know. Ho, ho, ho. Please tip your waitress and wait staff. They're doing an awesome job. Adios, amigos. Let me know. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Major Tom? Can you hear me? See you. I still want to be you.